I don't know why that made me so nervous. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm actually super excited for this video because it's gonna be a Q&A. I haven't done a Q&A in so long, and there's been so many new faces around here that I've been wanting to connect with you guys a little bit more, have you guys get to know me a little bit more and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video and just find some fun things about me here and there. I'm actually a very private person. One, I love my privacy, and two, I also get really shy to like share too much about myself. If you guys are like, this girl's really boring, because I feel like I am pretty boring, so yay. But hopefully you guys get to know me a little bit more and we can connect with each other. So yeah, I did ask you guys over on my Instagram and here on my community tab for some questions, and I did get some mainly on Instagram. I did get a couple here on YouTube, so thank you guys so much for sending those in. I'm really glad that you guys sent some questions in. It means so much, so I'm gonna be answering them and hopefully you guys get to know me a little bit more. So yeah, also this isn't a question, I just wanted to explain it a little bit more because I feel like I've gotten this question in real life when I meet people. But Kai is actually my nickname. My real name's Adriana. If you guys actually go through my old videos, you guys will see that I actually use my first name and my middle name more. So back then I basically changed it to Kai because it's a lot easier for people to say. I've had my name for years and no one can say Adriana. However, until this freaking year where I've been meeting more people and I'm like, hey, you guys can call me Kai, but they're like, Adriana's fine. And I was like, look, I've had this name my entire life and no one has been able to say it right, but now everyone knows how to pronounce my name right. What? Anyways, you guys can call me whatever you want. I thought Kai would just be easier because it's a little bit shorter and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's the story of that. Just because I know that there's a few of you that have been with me through like the start of my channel, and I obviously used my first name. I used my first and middle name back then. So yeah, that was the only reason I did change, because I thought it was a bit easier. So I go by both. You guys can call me whatever. People in real life call me one or the other. So yeah, so like I mentioned, I ask questions over on Instagram, which if you guys want to follow me, it's always down in my description box. I feel like I never like plug it in because I feel like I'm so unnatural with stuff like that, like saying that to a camera. It's always down in the description box if you guys want to check it out. So I'm just gonna go through a few questions. I'm kind of thankful that no one sent me anything wild. Like a lot of these questions are just super fun. So yeah, first up, when is my birthday? My birthday's in March 5th, so it's coming up. I feel like that's also one of the reasons I like the end of the year, because I know that like my birthday's in like the first 3 months of a new year, so I'm excited about that. Someone asked, what is your favorite memory from childhood? So one of my favorite memories, and I don't know, it's something that I've been thinking about now lately because I am in my late 20s, so I feel like you start thinking about life a little bit more at this age. But something I really like enjoyed from my childhood is that like, I don't remember, I think it was like in kindergarten or first grade or something, but like I would come home. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, so like I would get out earlier than my siblings, so it would always be just me and my mom, and she would make me like quesadillas, and then she'll give me like a scoop of like ice cream, or we had like bolis or something like that, like a treat, and I would just watch like cartoons, and it was just so fun. Like that was probably like the most happiest time of my life if you think about it. Just so peaceful, just eating good food, having a yummy treat all by myself while watching cartoons. So that was great. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, oh, so fun. Someone else asked, why are the Chargers your favorite team? I love this question because I have a lot to say. First of all, I really love football. I don't care what kind of football, high school, college, obviously the NFL. I love football. I feel like the game of football is just so fun to me. I just enjoy watching it. So like, I feel like I'm gonna overly explain some things here. I understand the whole idea of picking a team. I think picking a team is great because you need to have a team to root for. But I feel like people kind of take it too far, that like you can enjoy like other teams. And I feel like it's a whole different topic, but yeah. Basically, I started off with the Cowboys. I've mentioned this actually in some of my videos too. Cowboys, I still root for them. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I love the Chargers, they're my main team, but I still root, and like I think the Cowboys are doing great so far. So I actually started off with the Cowboys because this is actually so funny. I used to watch the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team like for years. Like I love that show. They actually just recently canceled it and I'm super sad. But I just love that show, and I love the whole process of making the team. I low-key thought I was gonna make it with my 1 year of dance experience, but like I just really enjoyed the show. And then I was like, oh, the Cowboys, like might as well like cheer for the Cowboys, and that's kind of how I got into it. For you guys that don't know, I have a bachelor's in communication and have a master's in PR, so I just genuinely love like all of the Cowboys branding. I think they definitely lean so heavily into the branding, and I feel like that's also why they're just so big, because they know, like, they kind of lucked out in the branding department, you know, being the Cowboys, literally naming their whole like facilities the Star. Like, everything about the branding is so good. Adweek actually has a whole article on like their branding where they actually interviewed, I think they interviewed Charlotte Jones, so she gives a whole insight about like the branding. Obviously amazing branding. I feel like they have one of the strongest in all of NFL, that even if you're not like into football, you'll know like Cowboys by just like the Star and everything. So I was rooting for the Cowboys, again, still am, but then I've only been to Dallas like once in my entire life, so I was like, you know what, I need a California team. And this is what I'm saying, I just kind of like the Chargers because, one, their branding is amazing. I feel like honestly their branding is just so fun, and I feel like they lean heavily into that. But I also genuinely like the players that they have. Like, I feel like they have players that you're like, I want them to win, like they deserve to make it far, you know. So I just really like Chargers. I think they're fun. Obviously now they're in LA. They used to be in San Diego, now they're in LA, and I feel like, I was like, if there's a California team that I want to root for, it's them. I feel like they're the underdogs and they deserve it, and I'm gonna root for them even when I'm literally stressed out every time I see a game. But I feel like they're a good team to root for. Like I said, they have generally good players that I feel like you also root for the players. Like, they just seem like such good guys that you're like, I want them to win, like I want them to go far. So yeah, I was like, Chargers are my boys. Like, they just seem so fun. The whole team branding so fun too. So just thought it was like just really cool overall. So yeah, that's kind of why I choose the Chargers. Obviously during like the Super Bowl, I was just going for the Rams, but just because they were obviously the only team that I feel like I was like, okay, I'm gonna root for them because they're LA. I was actually born in LA, so I was like, I need to root for them during the Super Bowl. But I would choose the Chargers over the Rams, you know? Chargers, let's go. Next question, do you earn any revenue from YouTube? If so, how much do you earn? So fun fact, I'm actually not monetized, and it's completely my own fault because I've had my YouTube channel for years, but I've just always been super inconsistent. Like, I'll have good months where I'll like upload weekly and then I'll like stop completely, so like that dips a lot. So this past year has been my most consistent year where I was like uploading consistently, and I was about to get monetized, and technically I'm like on track to get monetized before the end of this year, so that's exciting. But I would have been monetized already if I hadn't taken those breaks in October. I didn't upload every week, I uploaded every other week. That did throw me off, but you know, it's fine, we're almost gonna get there. But yeah, I was just terribly inconsistent with YouTube like for years, and now that I'm finally back into it, I was like, okay, I'm close enough. Like I said, I'm gonna get monetized for sure by the end of the year, so that's exciting. But yeah, it's all my fault. I could have been monetized like way long ago, but I just haven't been consistent with YouTube. Also, like, I privated a lot of my old videos that were very embarrassing, and that actually does take away those watch time hours. So it was like a tricky thing, because I was like, do I want the watch time hours, you know, or do I want to like save my embarrassment? So I was like, you know what, I'll get my watch time hours back. I don't want anyone to see me be embarrassing, which I mean, I'm still embarrassing, but like more so, you know. Guys, there was like one video that I had that was like one of my top videos, and my makeup was so bad. Like, honestly, like, I generally don't know why I thought I was okay posting that up. And then before, like, I feel like now I just have like a certain way of speaking that just, I mean, it's not the best, but like I feel like it's understandable. And I used to speak so weird in my videos. Like, I feel like I was very over heightened. It was like, oh my gosh, like, this is great. I don't know, it was just not cringy. It was very cringy, so I had to private a lot of videos, so I lost all those watch time hours. I do have affiliate links here and there, so if you guys ever see the description box of my Amazon storefront, I do link up a bunch of like my links, like what I'm wearing. I link those up. I do have, like, for example, my liquid IV discount code down in the description as well. So I do get revenue from my affiliate links. Again, if you guys use the links down below, they're at no extra cost to you, but if you do use them, thank you so much. I haven't really earned from YouTube yet. I have gotten some partnership opportunities here and there, so that's been great. We'll see what happens once I'm actually monetized, and hopefully I stick with freaking YouTube. Yeah, I feel like it's just like I go through like dips where I'm like, I'm just gonna chill with life, but then I was like, no, like, I genuinely enjoy making YouTube videos. So yeah. Another question is, what is your most embarrassing story? So this isn't the most embarrassing, but it's the most recent, and like now that I'm gonna say it, I'm like so embarrassed. But I was at the gym and I was doing the squat rack, which keep in mind, I've been doing the squat rack for a while now. Like, I know how to use the squat rack. I've been using the squat rack for a while. Here's the thing, if you guys have ever used a squat rack, I'm 5'2". I feel like I'm throwing like these random facts about myself here and there. But yeah, I'm 5'2", so I'm pretty on the shorter end. So for this squat rack, so you can like move like where the squat rack sits, those thingies, you can move them to like adjust to your height. And usually I actually have them kind of like a little bit higher, because I know that I would go on my tippy toes to like push it up and like get it out of the thing. And for some reason this just happened, but the last time I used a squat rack, I was like, you know what, let me put them even lower because it would make sense. Literally, it was low enough that I did have to crouch under to like pick it up. So I was like, okay, that works. Y'all, feel like I'm an idiot, but for some reason when I was putting it back, one, I used to have a trainer and I used to train with him, and he would always tell me with the squat rack, make sure that it hits before you lower down. He would always tell me that every time, just in case I'm not looking, make sure it hits, you know. I don't know what happened. I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, my mind went blank, but like I'm just trying to put the bar back, and then I don't know what happened, but then I like look, and then this side is like tilting down, so the weight is starting to slide off, and I'm like, oh crap, I had 35 plates on each end, so I'm trying to pull it back up, and obviously it's just too late. I feel like one side, the other side was already like hooked on, this side was not, so this weight is sliding off, because also your girl did not have like those things to hold the weight on the bar, like the stopper things, because again, this has never happened to me, so I was like, oh, I don't need them. Anyways, the plate started sliding off, which means my bar was tilting. So then the plate completely falls off. So then the other weight starts to fall off as well, because obviously the bar isn't even. So then that weight falls, and then it makes a huge noise. So I'm super embarrassed. Thankfully it was like early in the morning. However, there was already a girl next to me on the other squat rack, and I don't remember if there was a guy next to me already. I know there was a guy like next to me later on, but I don't know if he was already there. But I was like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. Like, they just saw me like basically failed to put this back on. It made a huge noise, so now I had to pick up the plates from the floor, and technically I wasn't even done with my sets. So I was like, I have to put them back on the bar because I have to complete the rest of my set. So I was like, this is so embarrassing. So yeah, honestly, I'm kind of glad that it happened earlier in the day, because if that happened to me like during prime time at the gym, like at the afternoon where like more people are there, I honestly would have canceled my membership and like never gone back there. So that's honestly one of the most embarrassing things that has happened to me lately. Not the most embarrassing, I'm pretty sure I can think of a most embarrassing one, but lately that's the most embarrassing. Like, honestly, I'm done. So the last question I'm going to answer is actually a fun one. Do you speak Spanish, and have you ever thought of making a video where you speak it? If you do speak Spanish, who are your favorite Spanglish speaking YouTubers? I love this question. I do speak Spanish. Both of my parents are Mexican, so puedo hablar en español. I don't know why that made me so nervous. Why am I so nervous to speak in Spanish? What the heck? So sí, puedo hablar en español. Sí he pensado hacer un video en español, pero no lo he hecho. Creo que mi español es bueno, pero no tanto. Lo entiendo bien. Si alguien me habla en español, yo lo puedo entender. Y en mi mente lo estoy diciendo perfectamente, todo lo que estoy diciendo, pero cuando me sale a veces me trabo o no me sale bien. Pero sí quiero hacer un video aunque sea en español, porque sé que mi familia que está en México ve mis videos y a veces no me entienden en inglés, o quiero hacer un video una vez aunque sea en español o más Spanglish. Creo que tengo que aunque sea añadir más Spanglish, porque en la vida normal sí hablo mucho Spanglish, so ¿por qué no lo hago en video? You know, maybe one day that will be my goal. But I honestly don't really watch a lot of Spanglish YouTubers. I know it's horrible. Please recommend some down below, because I would love to check out Spanglish YouTubers. And whenever I do encounter someone who's speaking Spanglish, like, I absolutely love them. I'll like subscribe right away, because I was like, I love like hearing people speak in Spanglish, because that's how I speak in normal life. So like, I'm like, yay, these are people that I get. So leave your recommendations down below if you guys have any. I'm always open to like find new people and watch their videos, so leave those recommendations down below. I don't know why that made me so tired to speak in Spanish, but yeah, I speak Spanglish all the time, so I don't know why I don't really like incorporate that into my videos. So yeah, so that is it for this little Q&A. Thank you guys so much. If you guys have any other questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and I will respond to them in the comments comments, just so you guys can get to know me a little bit more and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys got to know me a little bit better. I just wanted to make a video so you guys can just connect with me and see what's up. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I make all types of lifestyle content, blogs, work week vlogs, just stuff that I'm doing here and there. So I hope you guys stick around for that. And yeah, that is basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.